I always love seeing cool deck lists out there. So we actually had a Dragon Maid deck. I believe that this was from a PPG Weekly, oh man, like 2 weeks ago. I held on to this and I was like, I want to talk about this now. So basically, this deck acts as Dragon Link, but you're putting more of an emphasis on Dragon Maids. And this did make top 4. You do get some really cool combo pieces in here. You do get access to True King of All Calamities. You do get access to House and Shill, which basically allows you to do more combo-esque things and still acting as a Dragon Maid deck. Alright, we take those, right? So we have 1 copy of Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, triple copies of Black Metal Dragon, triple copies of Chambered Dragon Maid, 1 copy of Ernest, 1 copy of Lepar, triple copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, triple copies of Noctivision. Now do remember that Noctivision will be very easy to trigger because of Striker Dragon. Any one of your Dragon Maids, the level 4 or unders, will be able to make Striker Dragon. So you will be able to literally chug on into this at any point in time to trigger Noctivision. Easy peasy. 1 copy of Nurse, triple copies of Gamma, triple copies of Parlor, 1 copy of the Darkness Metal Dragon, 1 copy of Tempest, 1 copy of Wyvern Buster, with 1 copy of the Cyframe Driver, wrapping up Monster lineup. Very, very standard, I guess. We have triple copies of Chaos Space, 1 copy of Dragon Ravine, 1 copy of Changeover. Should never need more than 1 of this card. If it gets DD Crowed, well, your opponent's playing Crow. We have triple copies of Dragon Maid Hospitality, triple copies of Dragon Maid Tidying. Target 1 dragon monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls, or in the graveyard, and return them to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, but return it to the hand during the end phase. You can only use 1 Dragon Maid Tidying effect once per turn. Isn't that value? Getting a bounce and a possible interruption through on the opponent. Seems like good value to me. And then we have triple copies of Infinite Permanence, wrapping up the main deck here. Extra deck, we have 1 Twin Triangle Dragon, 1 copy of Striker Dragon, 1 Owl Mirage, 1 Unicorn, 1 copy of the Heavenly Spheres, 1 Pisty and 1 Elpie, 1 copy of Romulus, 1 copy of the Crossroads Dragon, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 VFD, 1 copy of the Mr. Ice Dragon Prison. Remember, we can make this easy to do. 3 monsters with different names. 2 copies of House, and 1 copy of Show. Then we have triple copies of Lancia, 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple copies of Hadoken, 1 copy of Feather Duster, triple copies of Lightning Storm, and triple copies of the Triple Tactical Talents, wrapping up our main deck. Very, very interesting list. I do like where we are aiming to do with this so far. I do think that the overall potential the Dragon Maids have is astronomical. Just overall, a lot of cool things that you'll be able to do with this deck, considering all the Dragon support that we have. Alright, next up, we have Sky Striker. I believe, I don't even remember what this was. I think this was New Zealand that we saw this come up. I saw the Sky Striker group talking about this. And I saw that this build went back to the old Toon engine, where they're just kind of sifting through with the Toon tables and trying to get the amount of spells into the graveyard. Is it good? I personally don't think so. But this was just an interesting take overall on Striker. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 2 copies of DD Crow, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, triple copies of Sky Striker Ace Ray, 2 copies of Rose, 1 copy of Toon Cyber Dragon, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 1 copy of Mystic Mine, 2 copies of Pot of Desizes, 1 copy of Raigeki. Interesting. We're main decking Raigeki of all things. Okay. 1 Rhoda, 2 copies of Area Zero, 2 copies of Afterburners, 1 Jamming Waves, 1 Hornet Drones with triple copies of Shark Cannon, 2 copies of Widow Anchor. Didn't even bother to put in the 3rd Widow Anchor. Interesting. 1 multi-roll, 1 terraforming, triple copies of Toon Table, and 1 copy of Upstart Goblin. This could have been our 3rd Widow Anchor. Extra deck down here, we have 1 Bomber Dragon, 1 Zeke, triple copies of Shizuku, 1 Kaino, triple copies of Kagari, triple copies of Hayate, with 1 Phoenix, 1 Boral Sword, and 1 Mega Fleet. We really just went back in the past with these little concepts. And we have triple Lancey on the side, 1 Pankratops, 1 Valor, 1 Ghost Ogre with 1 Mystic Mine, 1 Jamming Waves, triple copies of Lost Wind, 1 Red Reboot, and triple copies of TC Boo, wrapping up I guess a nice little blast from the past. I do see what they're trying to do here with this. This does give you the deck thinning to set up the triple spell requirement. It does give you a contact out of the opponent's extra monster zone, so you can mess with that. But you've chosen to not put in the 3rd copy of the Widow Anchor, which makes me feel a little bit uneasy. Maybe they just didn't have access to it. And I also see that we're just straight main decking Raigeki, which also kind of puts me a little bit off for this list. But alas, it is cool to see once again the cool concepts that people are testing, the ideas, and maybe this duelist just felt that they didn't need some of these more modern staples. Alright, next up we have 60 card Orcust Phantom Knight shenanigans for current format. Alright, now we will be heading on into the future here, where you will get new Phantom Knight support, so you will get to update this pile of cards. So we have 1 Armageddon Knight, 1 Bigfoot, 2 copies of Mothman, 1 Nessie, 1 Jackalope, 1 Tsuchinoko, 1 Dark Grepher, 2 copies of the Fireflint Lady, 1 copy of Gizmek Orochi, triple copies of Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, triple copies of Neospace Connector, 1 copy of Aqua Dolphin, triple copies of the Orbital Hydrolander, 2 copies of Orcus Symbol Skeleton, triple copies of Orcus Nightmare, 1 Overtex, 1 Squeak, triple copies of Sublimation Knight, 2 copies of the Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak with triple copies of Speedy Boy. We have 1 copy of Ultimate Tyranno, 2 copies of World Wand with 1 Dark Magician and 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. Then we have triple copies of Durandal, 1 copy of Autonomous Action Unit, 1 Different Dimension Reincarnation, 1 Phoenix Blade, 1 Double Evolution Pill with 1 Foolish Barrel, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Orcus Babel, 1 Overdone Burial, 1 Red Eyes Fusion, with 1 Rhoda, 1 copy of Rank Up Magic Quick Launch, with 1 Orcus Crescendo, triple copies of Fogblade, and 1 copy of the Shade Brigadane, wrapping up the main deck. Down here in the extra, we have 1 Rusty, 1 Saruja, 1 Verte, 1 copy of Longrisu, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Isolde, 2 copies of Galatea, 1 Apollosa, 1 Access Code, with 1 True King, 1 Time Thief Redoer, 1 Dingrisu, and 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Side deck here we have 1 Pankratops, triple Gamma, 1 Driver, triple Cosmic, triple copies of Dark Willow No More, 1 Feather Duster, and triple copies of Infinite Permanence. Wrapping up this real cluster of a card pool, actually. Last but not least for this video, we have Salad. And Salad's been having interesting amount of success randomly. Especially, this build is teching in Skullmeister. When a card effect is activated in your opponent's graveyard, quick effect, sends card from your hand to the graveyard to negate that effect. Value. It's always a pleasure to see when Skullmeister ends up showing up in a format. Also, not once per turn. Triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Mr. Flame Buffalo, 2 copies of Ghost Ogre, triple copies of Lady Debug, 1 Salaman Great Falco, 1 Fowl, 1 Foxy, 1 Gazelle, triple copies of Jack Jaguar, 2 copies of Spinny, triple copies of Skullmeister, with triple copies of Silent Mining, triple Desires, 1 Circle, 1 Sanctuary, and 2 Will, with 1 Imperial Order, 2 Rage, and 2 copies of Roar. Extra deck, we have 1 Update Jammer, 1 Transcode, triple Salaman Great Wolf, 2 Heat Leo, triple Balinix with a Phoenix, Access Code Baguski, Starving Venom, and Mud Dragon. With Dino-Rust Pankratops, triple Gamma, 1 Driver, triple Super Poly, triple Twin Twisters, 1 Red Reboot, and triple Solemn Judgment. Wrapping up your side deck and our chunk of deck profiles for this video. Overall, very interesting, once again, to see where the metagame's going. Striker definitely getting some interesting power-ups as well, along with just generically interesting cards being used by today's card pool. So what do you guys think, ladies and gentlemen? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about these decks, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCall40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCall40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcallgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.